What's up, guys? Welcome to this fabulous Monday morning, December 2nd. I cannot believe the year is almost over. Um, I just want to say thank you again to everybody that tunes into the channel. If you are new to the channel, please do me a favor, subscribe if you like the content. Do me a favor, hit that like button and ring that bell for notifications so you know when I come out with new videos, guys. Alright, today is not an Uber or Lyft topic. It is something I want to talk about um, that has affected me personally over the last couple years. Um, I've gone through a lot in my life. Some of the worst parts of my life over the past year and a half with things that have happened to me. So, what I want to try and say, again, thumbnail. Um, in a world full of negative, try to stay positive. Um, it's kind of something I have been quoting recently to myself when I feel myself being a little either depressed or things may not be going my way. Um, you look at the news lately or the papers or you see just people anywhere like being disrespectful to people or whatever, and you just need to keep your head up, guys, no matter what's going on in your life. um, I'm not going to tell anybody who to believe in or or what religion you believe in. If that's what gets you going, then do that, guys. But what I will say is, um, hold on one second. What I will say, guys, is something that I have learned over the past couple years um, is negativity in your life or always staying negative when something happens to you. What's up, Christopher? Um, it's only gonna bring. Yes, I don't have my seatbelt on because I'm literally just going around the block. I had a street sweeper come up on me, so I had to just go around quick and park back where I was. Um, Negative people and negative things are going to happen to you every single day of your life. Unfortunately, that is just a part of life, but you cannot let that affect you, because if you do, it for some reason or another, um, it builds in you. Like, there was a time about a year and a half ago, right when I got divorced, and I didn't feel like anything was gonna change. I was stuck in a rut. Um, it was a very, very, for lack of a better word, shitty time in my life, and I kind of couldn't see a way out as far as like me being happy. Um, I was very, I wouldn't say depressed, but I was just very in a very bad mood. Um, and if you let the negativity in this world affect you like that, you're just gonna be in that mood. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna end up sinking into that mud puddle or sand pit or whatever you want to call it, and it's just gonna start to change your outlook on life and your whole demeanor. And then you'll look back 6 months from then, and you'll still be depressed, and you won't know why. Um, so one thing I would say to a lot of people, and this is kind of the off topic of Uber and Lyft, like I said, I want to start talking about things like this because I feel that some people out there, everyone goes through this at some point in their life. Everyone goes through like a low point in their life, and if I can reach one person and stop one person from doing something stupid, then this is worth it to me. Um, like I said, I've been through a couple low points in my life the past year and a half. Um, I had a cousin that went through Ed. Okay, I had a lot of things happen to me over the past year and a half that were negative things. Um, the whole thing with that guy pulling the gun on me, that could have went a completely different way. That whole thing was a negative thing that happened, okay? However, I always like to see the brighter side of things. It's who I am. I've always been that way. I'm always a glass half full type of person. Um, Again, like I've said before in countless videos, I put that video on YouTube to bring awareness to what went wrong, to hopefully teach people not to do things that I did. Okay, I forgot to lock my doors. I did not ask him for his name. I told him his name. I didn't ask him for his name. Okay, there was learning and teachable things in that video that hopefully somebody learned and it helped somebody. Okay, that is why I posted that video. I did not expect that video to go viral. It's still going viral. Okay, I posted that video when I did. Hi, Rideshare Lisa. I posted that video when I did to teach people not to do the things I did in that video, and hopefully save somebody in the future from making the same mistake I did, because it could have went a lot worse. But in return, that whole video was a huge negative thing. But me posting that on here became a very positive thing. Okay, I now have a YouTube channel. I am now making ad revenue off of my YouTube channel. I post videos daily. I go live at least 2-3 times a week. If I find something that I want to talk about, I either make a video or I go live. And at the end of the day, I have 5,200 subscribers now in the span of 3.5 months. I never thought this would have grown to what it was, but I turned a bad situation in my life into a positive one. So what I'm trying to tell you guys in whole is, look for, in every negative thing in your life, you might not see it when you're going through it, but there is a positive lining to it. Okay? At the time when I was going through my divorce, I did not think anything good would have came from it. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I would be going through what I was going through. But at the end of the day, hi Donnie, how's it going? At the day, guys, all I'm just trying to say is, if anybody is going through something, speak to somebody, talk to somebody, because I know it's hard to go through things, but we all have somebody that we can talk to about it, and hopefully you don't make a mistake that could eventually hurt you in the end. If you guys ever need somebody to talk to, please feel free. My email is linked in the description below. And I'll try to help you if you need advice on anything. If not, you definitely, there's lots of numbers that you can call. La 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 la. For some reason, I don't know why, but when I just sang that, I heard the freaking Muppets Christmas Carol. La 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 la. Go to bed, Christopher. I've been up since, well, no, I woke up at like 9 a.m. yesterday, but I went back to bed before I went to my full-time job. But yeah, it's really hard to, I know sometimes, like I said, in the past year and a half, I've gone through some very disturbing things. I was, so let me think. I want to say, shit, how long was it? Now I think about it. 2018. So June of 2017, I separated from my ex-wife. At the time we separated, we thought we were going to get back together. 3 months after that, she told me she wanted a divorce, and by December of 2018, it was finalized. So that 6 months, that summer was really, really hard. Um, it kind of put me in a little bit of a downward spiral as far as mentally. Um, and it was just really, really hard to go through that. It was probably one of the worst things I ever went through. Um, it was one of the worst things I've ever went through as a human being. I definitely had that point. Was very just, I don't even know what to say. Like, I was looking for answers because the person that I was with for so long pretty much confirmed that they didn't want to be with me. You know what I mean? Somebody that you build a life with, you have kids with, and things like that. It just wasn't working with either of us. Um, so when you go through something like that and somebody basically, for lack of a better word, rejects you, um, it definitely hurts. And at that point, you need to, like, in yourself, figure out, well, what the hell am I going to do, and things like that. And it kind of puts you on like a soul searching path a little bit. And it just hurts a lot. So, but at the same time, like, when that was happening, after a while, I realized, like, I had to get myself out of the rut. There was probably a good, I'd say, 4 to 6 month period that I literally just, like, did nothing. I sat around my house. I had my kids when I was supposed to have my kids. I did what I needed to do to pay my bills and stuff like that. But, like, until I really started, like, thinking about things, I went back to church and talked to my friends and stuff like that. Like, I was down in a rut and I needed a way to get out, and eventually I did it. So that's just all I'm trying to say, guys, is if you find yourself in a spot where life seems to be getting a little harder or whatever, and you are just, like, in your head and you can't get yourself out of that, talk to somebody, talk to a friend, talk to a family member. Um, because at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, we all go through this at some point in our life. And if you've never gone through this, and you're going to at some point, I'm telling you that right now. There's going to be some issue in your life, whether it's a spouse, a loved one, a family member, a friend, or something that's going to happen in your life that's going to make you question stuff. And it's always good to have people there to talk to about these things. So that's why I want to come on here and I want to talk about these things, because somebody that might be watching this might not have that support system. And if you don't have that support system, do yourself a favor and go online and just Google, like, obviously not the suicide prevention hotline, unless you are, if that's something you're considering. If that's something you're considering, then yes, call them and talk to somebody. But there's plenty of places around most communities that have people that you can talk to about your problems. Um, but I would highly recommend, and like I said, if you have problems and you don't have anybody to talk to, feel free to contact me and email me, and I will gladly talk to you about anything. I, I, I just don't want to see anybody hurt themselves. I had two of my friends, one was my cousin, another was my friend, like a year and a half ago, um, hurt themselves because they supposedly didn't have anybody to talk to. They were depressed, and unfortunately, they both took their lives. Um, that should never be a solution. However, I understand with the things they're going through, they thought it was a solution. So I just wish everybody the best. Again, I hope everybody stays safe, take care, and uh, it's Christmas holiday, guys. So now is the time of the year that I will say the holidays like this, for people that have family and friends close to them, um, that's great. But this is also the same time of year when people that don't feel them, it makes you feel even lonelier. So, I mean, I will say definitely with me not seeing my kids every single day, there is definitely definite days where I go through life and it's just like, what did I do wrong? You know what I mean? When I didn't do anything wrong, that's the hand that I'm dealt, and I have to deal with it and move on with life. But there's always going to be those days where if I don't have my kids that day, or if I'm not doing anything special or whatever, that I kind of feel that little bit of loneliness a little bit. So with that being said, I just have to know that this is the hand that I'm dealt. This is the hand that God gave me, and I need to make the best of the situation I'm in. That's why I always said in a world full of negatives, stay positive, because life is not always going to be positive, okay? There's always going to be ups and downs. No matter what, no matter how good of your life, no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, there's always going to be positives and negatives, okay? It does not matter. It doesn't matter how. Gotta go around the block again because the leaf blower is picking up the leaves. Um, it's one thing that I've learned. Um, Life in general and the things that happen to us, it doesn't matter how rich or poor you are. You know what I mean? Everyone gets dealt a shitty hand at some point. And yes, money makes your life a little bit easier as far as not having to deal, or not having to like wonder like where your next meal and stuff comes from and things like that. But at the same time, money just adds more stress. The more money you have, the more problems you have. Um, the more, just everything in general. You know what I mean? The more people are out to get your money. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, the more people you have to worry about. I had a friend of mine that won a decent amount of money, and before he knew it, it was gone because he didn't know how to spend it. You know what I mean? People win all this money, all these lotteries, and they win all this money, and they never really knew how to spend money because they never had it in the first place. And before they know it, they're in debt and broke, even though they just won like $10 million on the lottery, because they went out and bought a brand new house and 4 brand new cars and all this shit that they wanted before when they were poor. But no one ever thought to tell them, hey, you should take a financial class to learn how to save your money and learn how to invest that money. So yeah, you don't have to ever work again. Like, it's stupid. I don't make a lot of money at all, but I still invest my money a little bit. I'll put some of it back. Like, I have credit card debt. I have a shitload of debt that I need to pay off from my divorce, but I still do believe I need to save, and I put a little bit of my money back each week. So that way, if something does happen, I'm at least a little bit prepared. But it's pretty bad. I grew up, I was born in '84, and I grew up in the '90s. I graduated in 2002, and I remember when I was in high school, I think it was junior year was the year that Columbine happened. And then when I graduated, that year was 9/11, the year that I graduated, 2001 to 2002. And it's just crazy for me to think, since then, how many school shootings happen every single year, and how many of these mass shootings happen every single year. You see all this negative stuff in the news, and in the papers, and all you can see is that, oh, we need better gun laws, we need stricter gun laws, we need this and we need that, but no one's solving the problem. Okay, none of this stuff that they keep putting in place is solving the problem, when the root cause of this problem is mental health issues. Okay, I hate to say that, but that's what it is. It's mental health issues. You have kids that go to school that get bullied every single day by people, by kids that either their parents aren't there for them, or one reason or another, they themselves feel insecure, and the only way they make themselves better is to make other people feel like shit. So they go to school and they pick on people, and we've all done it. We've all judged other people, but they go to school and they pick on other people to make themselves feel better. And then these people don't know how to make themselves feel better. So what do? They don't talk to anybody. They don't get any help. And in the end, these are the kids that go and commit these stupid, heinous crimes because they do not know where to seek mental health. Mental health is the problem, guys. Nobody wants to talk to anybody. Okay, we have all this social media and all this technology, but nobody can actually talk an actual conversation to somebody and get their feelings out there. That's the problem with this world today. No one can actually talk to anybody else about what is really hurting them in here and up here. Okay? So, with that being said, I don't really have much more to say about this topic. I just wish people would be more considerate of each other. I wish people would learn to actually speak their feelings. Okay? When you are feeling down or you feel negative, do yourself a favor. Try to find the silver lining in your situation and in your life, because there is always one. Okay, it might not look like it right now, but I promise you, if you give it time, there will be something positive to come out of the negative. Okay, so with that being said, stay safe, guys. Rideshare PA out.